Picture this: you're standing in a crowded room, always ready to help, always smiling, always that nice guy. You give of your time, your emotions, and your energy, expecting the world to reciprocate. But when silence falls, you're left alone, feeling used and empty. You wonder, why, if I'm so kind to people, do I feel so weak? I'm here to open your eyes to the dark truth. What you call kindness is actually your most effective self-destruct mechanism. Everything you've been told about morality, about turning the other cheek, and selfless service is a lie designed to make you predictable and controllable. Your mind is trapped in a false virtue. We'll bust the biggest myth: kindness isn't virtue unless you have a choice to be cruel. If you're kind because you can't fight back, you're no saint. You're simply a victim who's made a brand out of their cowardice. True psychology of power lies in the ability to cause harm but the conscious choice not to. If you're kind because you're afraid of conflict, your kindness is worthless. Insight 1: Transactional emptiness. You think your help is an investment in future relationships. You believe in an invisible social contract: I'll do this for you, and you'll help me someday. But the other person's brain works differently. When you give too much too easily, the value of your efforts drops to zero in their eyes. You become a free resource, like air. And no one thanks you for breathing air. It's simply consumed. Your communication conveys to the world: my time is worthless. My boundaries are transparent. My desires are secondary. And the world agrees. Insight 2: The social servility frame. Remember how often you said yes when your gut screamed no. This isn't politeness. It's self-betrayal. Every time you compromise your values for someone else's comfort, your self-confidence dies. Your subconscious records: I'm not important. Others are more important. This is how slave habits are formed, disguised as altruism. People aren't drawn to convenient people. Attraction arises where there's friction, where there's character, and where there's a risk of rejection. Your endless compliance is poison to any passion. Insight 3: The dark side of the savior. Let's be honest, your kindness is often a means of control. You help others to feel superior or to make them indebted. Your mindset seeks security through others' obligations to you. But people hate feeling indebted. Instead of gratitude, you receive hidden aggression. You feed them from your hand and wonder why they want to bite you. The truth is, you're robbing them of responsibility for their own lives. Do you feel that bitterness? It's the disappointment that's been building for years. You look at those who take everything from life without apologies and call them bad to justify your inability to act. Your mind must go through the fire of awareness. You need to stop being good and start being valuable. Value isn't given for meritorious service to others. Value is what you convey when you respect your own interests. The transition from weakness to strength begins with the first no. No explanation. No apology. No fear of rejection. If someone leaves your life when you're no longer convenient for them, they were never in your life. They were in your pocket. Start training your brain to see hidden motives. Both yours and others. Stop being a savior for those who didn't ask for it. Your energy is currency. Stop handing it out to passers-by on the street. True confidence is born in solitude, when you realize you don't need the crowd's approval to feel worthy. Your relationships will only be healthy when you're willing to give them up at any moment to preserve your integrity. Your kindness should become a sword, not a shield. A tool you use only when you want to, not when someone demands it. You are not a servant of this reality. You are the architect of your own path. Leave the role of sacrificial lamb to those who are afraid to live. Your mind is now free from the dictates of others' expectations. Remember, the world respects not those who can't strike, but those who keep their hand on the hilt of the sword but remain calm. Reclaim your rage. Reclaim your boundaries. Reclaim your right to be selfish in a world that will not spare you if you don't. This is your awakening. Your power is no longer locked behind the bars of politeness. Be dangerous, but control your darkness, only then will you become truly kind. Your thinking must restructure itself to the new architecture of reality. Understand, when you put others' needs above your own, you're not just helping, you're creating a power imbalance. You're teaching others that your resources are inexhaustible and your feelings are irrelevant. Look at your habits. How often do you justify simply minding your own business? This is a subconscious desire to atone for the guilt of your own existence. Your mind seeks forgiveness where it shouldn't be. Insight 4: the aesthetics of refusal. Strong personalities are attractive not because they do everything for everyone, but because their yes is a rare and precious currency. If you're always available, you're devalued. Remember the moment someone harshly told you no. In that second, you felt not only hurt but also a grudging respect for their boundaries. This person controls their own space. And you're a public thoroughfare where anyone can leave their trash. Your emotions are fuel. When you waste them solving other people's problems, which they foolishly created for themselves, you rob yourself of your future. Your brain suffers from a lack of focus on its own goals. Insight 5, Authority Deficit Syndrome. Kindness without fangs is perceived as a weakness on a biological level. Deep down, people despise those they can manipulate. Even those who take advantage of your kindness secretly disrespect you. Your communication needs to change. Fewer words, more action. Stop explaining why you can't help. Your time is your property. You don't have to account to the tax office for other people's expectations. Look at your relationships. If they're built solely on you constantly helping out, it's not friendship or love. It's parasitism. You feed the parasites with your life force and wonder why you're constantly sick and tired. The true psychology of power begins within. You need to learn to withstand other people's discontent. Let them be angry. Let them be offended. Your job is to remain steadfast in the center of this storm. When you stop being nice, you'll finally see who your true friends are. Half your circle will evaporate the moment you close the free bar of your resources. And that will be the best cleansing of your life. Your confidence will begin to grow on the ruins of your old reputation. People will stop calling you nice and start calling you powerful. It's a price worth paying. Your mind now sees the truth. Kindness is a luxury only the strong can afford. A weak person isn't kind, they're simply harmless. There's a huge difference between being a rabbit and being a lion who decides not to eat rabbit today. Stop apologizing for your ambitions. Your desire to have more, to be taller, and stronger is natural. Slave morality tries to convince you that ambition is bad, so you'll stay in the stable with everyone else. Your brain will begin to operate at a higher frequency when you stop wasting cycles thinking about how not to offend your neighbor with your success. Every no you say to an unworthy person is a brick in the foundation of your inner castle. Build it strong. Build it high. This dark truth will free you from the shackles of social approval. You are no longer an actor on the stage of other people's lives. You are the director of your own film, where you play the leading role, not the supporting one. The transformation will be painful. Your old habits will drag you back to comfortable slavery. But remember that empty feeling the last time you caved in to someone else. Do you want to live like this your whole life? Become the architect of your boundaries. Let them be as sharp as a razor blade. Anyone who wants to enter your world must do so on your terms. Your strength lies in your ability to be independent. In your ability to leave. In your ability to remain true to yourself, even when the whole world demands you surrender. The world gives nothing to those who ask politely, it gives everything to those who take with cold calm. Remember this. Your new life begins not with a smile, but with clenched teeth and a firm gaze. Now go and take what is rightfully yours.